คนใหม่อ่ะเร็ว
My name is my name is a name
Billy
surname
Mo
You police
ยานี่หว่า
เสพยาบ้าย
าบะยานี่หว่า
เสพยาบ้า You work
No
No
Boxer
Boxer นักมวยมวยโคกมวยโคก Listen You understand You understand
Yes I understand
พี่นั่นอ้าว20
วิดพื้นอ่ะลง
อ้าว one go 7 12 13
เอาเร็ว
What are you doing man Don't fucking touch me
Hey Billy
I'm gonna get the money alright I'm gonna get it
คุยรู้เรื่องว่าเอาเงินโอเคคุณไปเอาไม่อยู่จับไว้เอามันอยู่ลงมาไม่อยู่เรื่องเอา
I need painkillers
Not have.
I've just seen you give it to 5 people in a row
You need to pay. Not free for you.
No I've got no money I've got no money I've been told it's free
You have cigarette 5 ซอง for me.
Right Give me the fuck
The film begins by introducing Billy, a talented boxer competing in underground matches in Thailand. Despite his skill, he never received the recognition he deserved, and as time passed, he found himself drawn into a life of drug dealing and addiction. His descent into this world led to his arrest, where police discovered drugs and firearms in his possession. Resulting in a lengthy prison sentence. Inside the prison, Billy faced a harsh reality, where self-interest ruled and compassion was scarce. One day, while filling a bottle with water, he became embroiled in a fight with a gang. Though he was not at fault, when the guards arrived, the other inmates shifted the blame entirely onto him. As punishment, he was confined to a minuscule cell where movement was nearly impossible. After enduring 3 agonizing days in that cramped space, he was transferred to another cell filled with dangerous criminals led by a man named Kang. The gang bullied him and questioned him about his crime.
You police
Yeah
ยาบ้าเสพยาบ้า You have money
No
No Listen You understand More Listen 20 อ้าว 20 อ้าว 1 Go
As night fell and silence enveloped the prison, Billy ventured to the restroom. There, he was confronted by the gang, who threatened him with a knife and forced him into an unimaginable situation. Trying to erase the trauma, he returned to his bed, only to awaken the next morning to the grim news that another inmate had taken his own life rather than endure the torment. In desperation, Billy approached the warden for painkillers, but was met with indifference. He would only receive help if he paid or offered cigarettes. Infuriated by this corruption, Billy snapped and lashed out at those around him.
Just seen you give it to 5 people in a row
You need to pay.
The guards quickly intervened, restraining him and administering a brutal beating that left him near death. He was then thrown into another cell, still bleeding from his injuries. In this new environment, Billy met Fame, a transgender inmate who immediately tended to his wounds with ointment. Due to his violent tendencies, officers shackled his hands and feet to prevent further outbursts. Gradually, Billy's routine stabilized. One day in the canteen, he noticed it was Fame's turn to distribute food and approached for assistance. He asked for 2 packs of cigarettes, currency and prison, promising to repay the favor soon. Moved by his plight, Fame lent him the cigarettes. Billy then sought out the prison drug dealer for a trade. That night, chaos erupted as 3 inmates were murdered within the jail. The entire prison was roused for a search for clues. When guards found Billy high and discovered drugs hidden in his shirt, drugs linked to the murders, it nearly implicated him in the killings. Fortunately for Billy, the investigation revealed that the drugs were not his, they had been planted by another prisoner trying to save himself. With the truth finally uncovered and the real culprit apprehended, Billy faced another temptation when a guard offered him drugs the following day. Without hesitation, he indulged again. However, when the guard demanded payment, Billy found himself without any money, caught in the relentless cycle of addiction and survival within the unforgiving walls of prison. The guard approached Billy with a stark ultimatum: "If you can't pay your debt, kill someone for me, and I'll wipe the slate clean." Initially, Billy resisted the dark offer, but desperation soon consumed him. The guard demanded that he target the Muslim chefs working in the prison. In a fit of rage and despair, Billy attacked them. The guard reveled in their suffering and offered Billy another packet of drugs as a reward. This time, however, Billy refused, overwhelmed by regret for having harmed 2 innocent lives to feed his addiction. The weight of his guilt became unbearable, driving him to attempt suicide that night. Fortunately, other inmates noticed his distress and intervened just in time to save him. Recognizing his mental breakdown, the prison staff unchained his hands and feet to alleviate his stress. One day, Billy spotted a group of inmates practicing boxing in the yard. A skilled boxer himself, he approached the coach hoping to join, but was promptly dismissed with the demand for money or cigarettes to train. Desperate, he returned to Fame, asking for cigarettes one last time and promising to repay him if he ever got selected for a match. Fame believed him and lent him the cigarettes. Billy approached the coach again, who finally agreed to train him. During his trial, Billy impressed everyone with his unique fighting style. He committed himself to daily training, and the coach was thrilled with his progress, pushing him hard for the upcoming matches. After one training session, Billy returned to his cell to find fellow prisoners engaged in a fish gambling game he knew well. He joined in and won a substantial number of cigarettes, which he used to repay Fame in full. In that moment of gratitude, he opened up to Fame about their shared struggles. Fame revealed that he had killed his father, who had tortured him for being transgender. Moved by Fame's story, Billy shared that he too had no one, as his father was unaware of his imprisonment. This moment deepened their bond. As Billy immersed himself in training, the day of the big competition arrived, drawing a crowd of prisoners and high-ranking officers. When the match began, Billy's opponent dominated him, landing brutal punches that cut his ear and swollen his eyes until visibility was nearly gone. Seizing the moment, he delivered a perfect punch that knocked his opponent down. In a stunning victory, Billy won the match, earning genuine applause from everyone present, including an impressed warden. As a reward, he was moved to the boxing team cell, where conditions were significantly better, decent food and proper training facilities awaited him. His new companions gifted him a tiger tattoo on his back, believing it would bring him strength for the tournament ahead. Billy trained harder than ever, determined to succeed. However, one day while showering, he found himself surrounded by Kang's gang, the same men from his previous cell. Billy endured a brutal beating at the hands of Kang's gang, all because he had failed to repay his debt. Desperate for his life, he begged them not to kill him, promising that he would win the upcoming tournament and return what he owed. Kang relented but issued a chilling warning. He brandished a syringe filled with blood taken from an AIDS patient, threatening that if Billy lost, they would inject him and end his life. Shaken, Billy returned to his cell seeking solace in conversation with Fame. However, upon arrival, he found Fame preoccupied with other prisoners, which stung deeply. He had always been loyal to Fame. Their argument escalated quickly, drawing the attention of other inmates who had to intervene and pull Billy away. Heartbroken and feeling betrayed, Billy turned back to drugs to numb his pain. While the substances offered temporary relief, they soon wreaked havoc on his body, causing internal bleeding that led him to the doctor. The physician informed him that excessive drug use had severely weakened his organs and resulted in hernias from intense training. He forbade Billy from both drugs and heavy exercise, warning that a single misstep could be fatal. Despite these mounting challenges, Billy was resolute. He would win the tournament. It was his only hope for survival in prison. Finally, the day of the competition arrived, and Billy, along with the other fighters, was transferred to a different facility. A large crowd of prisoners and high-ranking officers gathered to witness the match. A punch to his stomach exacerbated his weakness, and his opponent relentlessly targeted the injury until Billy collapsed in agony. His performance faltered so dramatically that few believed he could succeed in the final round. Yet, in a shocking twist, Billy emerged victorious, earning cheers and applause from the audience. However, in the midst of celebration, his condition deteriorated. He vomited blood and fainted on the spot. Officers rushed him to an ambulance, and he was taken to the hospital where treatment began. For several days, Billy remained unconscious. When he finally awoke, he found himself in better condition but still in the hospital. A nurse helped him to the washroom, but upon returning to his room, he noticed that no guards were watching him. Seizing the opportunity, he quietly slipped out of the hospital, feeling a rush of freedom wash over him as he stepped into the outside world. Yet a troubling thought struck him. Was this truly freedom? Did he want to spend his life constantly fleeing from the police? After deep reflection, he turned back and returned to the hospital. Weeks later, once his health had stabilized, police escorted Billy back to jail. To his surprise, he discovered that his father had traveled all the way from England to see him. The sight filled him with joy and hope. For a brief moment, it felt as though he had reclaimed his entire world. They exchanged emotional smiles, marking a poignant conclusion to Billy's tumultuous journey. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.